Well, with regard to tailoring the requirements for this program, that happened in several different ways. Uh, Number one, we were exempt from our 7120 requirements because it wasn't a traditional program. Um, but we did retain uh, some of the key elements of good program management, a risk management system. We did activate a risk management. We were actively tracking the risks on the program, programmatic risks as well as technical risks. So that was retained. Reporting requirements were retained, um, but we didn't have some of the other requirements, such as independent review boards and things like that. I think that was very helpful for us because we were trying to operate this at the absolute lowest overhead cost to NASA. Now, on the partner side, I believe that the number of requirements that NASA defines are directly proportional to the cost of the program. There's no question about it. That's what the government does, is verify that the contractors are meeting our requirements. That is an inherently governmental role that nobody else can do. And so therefore, when we formulated this program, we wanted to minimize those requirements for two reasons: to open up flexibility to allow the contractors, the partners, to optimize their design, as well as minimize our obligation, our oversight obligation, uh, to verify that the partners were meeting requirements. So that's why we defined high-level functional goals and objectives instead of requirements, specifically uh, instructing the contractor on how to develop or verify their system. We gave the partner complete flexibility to use their own standards, but yet we reviewed those for compliance with NASA safety standards. We did not compromise at all on any of the NASA safety standards. So that's where we focused our firm requirements, uh, which were the interfaces to the space station. Those were defined, and those were not going to change. We had a series of vehicles, international vehicles from around the world, that all met the same standard requirements for interfacing and assuring the safety of the space station and its crew. And those were not compromised. So that was the firm set of requirements we put on the program. We did make it easier, though. Those requirements were specified in, dozens, maybe even hundreds of documents. And we consolidated that all together into one interface requirements document and made it as easy as possible for the partners to understand and design to those interface requirements. So that's where we focused our effort, on firm requirements, and the rest became more goals. We didn't define how much payload the vehicles should carry. We let the system determine what would be best. We did give them a candidate list of cargo, and if they were interested in becoming our customer, our supplier, well, then it would be good if they could fit some of our cargo. So they were smart enough to figure that out.